What keeps you up at night? What keeps you up at night? Are there any thoughts you feel stuck with? Are there any thoughts you feel stuck with? Imagine someone you admire. And now imagine a thought they may think to themselves. Imagine someone you admire. And now imagine a thought that person might think to themselves. Whose thoughts do you tend to think? Whose thoughts do you tend to think? And now, if you haven't already, take a moment to establish your meditation nest, making sure you're in a place that's safe and protected, as comfortable as you can make it. Feel free to stand or sit or lay down. You're even welcome to be outside or walking, wherever you feel comfortable. And then when you feel ready, just drop in. I always think of it as dropping because I tend to be up in my mind. So if you're like that as well, that might work for you. You can begin by simply observing the movement of your breath. Noticing where you most feel your breath in your body, whether it's entering your nostrils or the feeling of it moving down into your lungs, or just the expansion of your body as it allows the breath in and the contraction as it allows the breath out. Notice on the inhale that not just your chest or belly expand, but also your back, also your sides. And on the exhale, not just your chest or your belly contracts, but also your back and also your sides. Meditating on this alone can begin to feel like a little massage. And bring your awareness to any contact points, beginning with the surface that you're sitting on, noticing how your body is touching, and giving into this space, allowing it, the surface, to support you. Allowing Mother Earth to support you. And as you're connecting more deeply with your body, feel free to make adjustments at any time if you notice that you're sitting in a way that feels strained. Feel free to explore any movement that might call to you. And if you're noticing any aches or tensions, you want to just invite your next breath to that very spot on your next inhale. Feeling expansion and contraction, massaging that part of your body, wherever it is. You notice any efforts that your body is still holding on to from the day, even if it's just little lines in your face, working to be presentable to the world. If you can just let that go. When you feel ready, just bring to mind the Nine of Swords tarot card. Whatever that means to you, however you imagine that card, that archetype in your mind. You may visualize 9 swords. You may imagine touching them, holding them. Just allow your mind to conjure up any details that you can, just from memory, or even that you might invent right now. If you know on your Nine of Swords tarot card that there is a figure or a person depicted, you might bring that person to mind. Imagining what they look like, what they're doing. Or you may imagine yourself inside that card, taking those actions. And just notice what it feels like to hold this archetype in mind, the Nine of Swords. And you can continue on with your meditation just like this. If you'd like, you can also lightly bring your gaze to the actual image of the Nine of Swords tarot card in front of you. This month, we are exploring the nines as the autonomy or self-reliance of their suits. The suit of swords relates to the element of air. The element of air relates to the breath, to the voice, the mind, to knowledge, and to communication through language. Tonight, we're exploring the Nine of Swords as the autonomy of air. The intention of this meditation is to foster a sense of mental spaciousness in which to practice your own autonomy of mind. Take a moment to set your own intention to open your heart and mind to any insights that may arise just for you. Again, feel free to simply spend the rest of this meditation just gazing at or just contemplating this card, this image, this situation, if that's what feels right to you. Otherwise, the swords relating to the mind, because they relate to the mind, we're going to begin this meditation simply by observing our stream of thoughts. Simply observing what's moving through your mind right now. See if you can imagine your thoughts as if they were just clouds passing by or leaves floating on the water. Just watching without engaging, without judgment. You might notice that some thoughts feel very close to you, and others feel distant or faint. Some thoughts might feel familiar, like old friends you've known for a long time. Other thoughts may feel like they're coming from somewhere outside of yourself, from another person, or simply from the world. Notice that all of these thoughts are simply passing through. You may notice that some pass through and then they come through another time. it feels good to you, imagine a wide open space in your mind. You may imagine it like a quiet room or a peaceful meadow. Imagine your thoughts that are passing through, just each finding their own place to sit. No need to control how they sit down. Just observe and notice how they settle themselves. See if you can stand at a little distance, just observing this image of the whole picture of your mind. You may notice that each of these thoughts are talking to themselves, or you may notice some of them interacting. You may notice some of them sitting close, taking more space. And if you like, you might want to imagine that you could gather these thoughts' attention with a gentle signal, maybe a chime or a soft word, just to get their attention. Visualize yourself using this signal and see your thoughts responding, each settling down and becoming quiet and attentive. Ready for you to engage with them. Notice what it feels like to sit with your thoughts gathered and quiet. And if you're feeling called to speak something to them, feel free to do that. And if you're noticing that there are some thoughts that don't need to be there, feel free to release them. You might notice there's a sense of freedom that comes from sitting with your thoughts, knowing that you don't need to carry them. You don't need to hold them up. You can just sit down with them and hold counsel. If it feels good to you, feel free to exercise your sense of choice over which thoughts should stay here and which should go, or which can go. Imagining a gentle release. Maybe some thoughts that you notice don't belong to you. You might notice there are some thoughts that aren't the most comfortable, but they definitely do belong to you. And just be gentle with those. You might want to let them know that they're welcome and safe. Whatever way feels natural to you. I'd like to call an ending to this meeting. Giving time for any last words you might need to exchange with one or all of your thoughts. Take a moment to notice that this is a place you can come back to whenever you wish. And as we get ready to transition out of this meditation, just take a moment to remember anything you'd like to keep or take with you from this into the rest of your week. maybe an insight or simply just a sense of spaciousness or calm. And slowly taking as much time as you need, begin to bring your awareness back to this moment, this space. Perhaps welcoming a deeper inhale, engaging with the air and the space around you. Perhaps finding some small movements in your fingers or toes. Perhaps giving into a stretch or a yawn. Anything that prepares you to move on with your day.